Okay, that's the high-level analysis of the political implications of the referendum result, but I have a feeling it's going to have a big impact on the grassroots participants of our political parties, and that means it's going to have an impact on you and me and others who get involved in the political process. Here to bring out unique perspectives on what it means is Liberal Party stalwart Teena McQueen. Teena, great to have you join me. We keep being told the Liberal Party are a broad church, but I have to say there's a clear divide between the North Shore elites, as I'll call them, and the rest of the country. How can you heal that divide, or can you?
The John Howard broad church is very different to the extent we have today in the Liberal Party, which is just ridiculous. And I'm particularly disgusted in people like Bragg, Simon Birmingham, Paul Fletcher, Maria Kovacic. Like these guys blatantly disregarded their leader. Birmingham should step down immediately. At least Julian Lesser did the honourable thing. Paul Fletcher's the same. Maria Kovacic, who's my duty senator from where my branches are, haven't had a phone call, haven't seen her face. Just disgraceful. I think Peter Dutton has to look very closely at the people that will support him and the party members moving forward.
Yeah, it's a very interesting point you make there, Teena, because I go back to the John Howard era. He had this referendum on becoming a republic. He was personally opposed to it. The party room allowed people to have a free vote. But in this case, the party room decided to oppose this voice. It was the right decision. It was the decision the Australian people have endorsed. And yet you've got people like Liberal Senate leader Simon Birmingham, Paul Fletcher, both on the front bench, both supported the voice, refused to do the honourable thing by standing down, even during the campaign. I mean, what's that say about integrity in the Liberal Party?
Well, it says that those particular individuals have no integrity, and also shows that there have to be consequences for actions. Now, Peter Dutton's been very strong. He's been remarkable leading up and during the whole referendum. We've had a magnificent result, but he must show those who blatantly disregard the members and him that there have to be consequences for their actions, Cory. I absolutely believe that, because the party, the members are absolutely disgusted, particularly with New South Wales. Forget about New South Wales. The politicians there, but we're going to focus on federal because I think we've got a good shot at the next election. We've got to deal with this.
Okay, and what about, Teena, quickly, the Teal seats? I mean, they were all ticking the box for the Yes campaign yesterday, as far as I could tell. Should the Liberal Party sort of just give up on them and say, no, that's not where we're reflecting now? We should be looking to Middle Australia, the working class people, because that's really the party of aspiration now. That's where the Liberal Party should be.
I've been saying for a couple of years, forget about those Teal seats. They've gone, except for Mackellar. Look, the yes vote only just got up in Mackellar. And keep in mind, we don't have the full result yet, Cory. 78-80% of those postal votes are going towards no in these seats. So let's see the final results in Mackellar. But for the other Teal seats, forget about them. Focus where our base are and where the people believe in a Conservative government, believe in Peter Dutton and believe we can beat Labor. There's plenty of seats to pick up there, and this referendum has showed us that, Cory.
Yeah, I think it was a huge opportunity. Can I pivot just a bit, because there's been some other stuff going on around the country. We've had pro-Hamas rallies, some of them quite outrageous, the one in Sydney most notably. I've got to say that I'm actually not surprised by some of this, because we've had terrible immigration policies for recent years, decades perhaps. I don't think it reflects particularly well on your city and on our country. When people are Googling Sydney now, what are they going to be faced with? These gas the Jew protests. It's the most revolting stain on our national character. What can we do about it?
Oh, Cory, they marched, that protest went right past the building where I live. I'm looking over my balcony. Every fibre of my body wanted to hurl any sort of missile over at them, but of course I couldn't. That would be illegal. But what astounded me, they had police escorts, Cory. You know, policemen on motorbikes, on horses, escorting them down. I heard what they were chanting. The other thing that astounded me, and hasn't been mentioned a great deal, is the amount of Aboriginal flags in those protests. I mean, it was unbelievable. I was so angry that night. Today's protest certainly was more measured and a little better, but I don't think we should allow these protests at all. And there was still a big rant about the referendum and Aboriginal rights today at the Palestinian protest.
Yeah, I don't want to ban protests, but we can't put up with this stuff. We've had these signs, held up by kids a decade ago, behead those who insult the prophet. And what needs to be done to restore Australia as to a more cohesive community, in your view, Teena?
I think the referendum's done and dusted. Neither side should go on about it. We have to heal now. I think Jacinta and Peter Dutton will lead the way. And I think the big thing out of this is Australians want every disadvantaged person helped. They don't want any colour or any religious backgrounds. They want everyone who needs help should get help. And I think that's the big thing. Let's not just have any sort of discrimination at all. It's going to be a tough time ahead, but everyone must be measured and try and heal this country towards a better future for everyone.
And they want us all playing on the same team, and that is Team Australia. Teena McQueen, thank you for joining me on Bernardi. You enjoy your week.